Welcome back, everyone, to our 8th episode of Season 7 of the Truth and Freedom podcast, where awakening begins with asking the question most people are afraid to ask. I'm your host, Dr. Dan Amzalag, and this is not just another podcast. This is a journey into awareness, courage, and truth. Now, there are moments in life that divide our story into two parts, before and after. Before the job ended, before the marriage change, before the move to a new city, before the diagnosis, before the loss, etc., etc., etc. In an instant, what once felt familiar can disappear, and the world we carefully built no longer looks the same. In those moments, one profound question rises to the surface. Who do you become after your world changes? At first, change can feel like an ending. It can leave us disoriented, grieving what was, and uncertain about what comes next. When a major life shift occurs, it is natural to wonder whether we have lost more than circumstances. We may feel as though we have lost a part of ourselves. If our identity was tied to a role, a relationship, or routine, its disruption can create a deep sense of uncertainty. But while one chapter may close, your story is not over. In fact, some of the most meaningful transformation begin when life forces us to start again. Reinvention is not about pretending the past did not happen. It is not about denying the pain of loss or rushing to replace what was taken away. Reinvention begins by honoring your experience and recognizing that although your circumstances have changed, your potential remains intact. You're still here. You still carry your strength, your values, your lesson, and your capacity to grow. Life shifts often strip away the labels we once used to define ourselves. Job titles, relationship statuses, addresses, and routines may change, but your core identity runs deeper than any external role. You're not defined solely by what you do or by what has happened to you. You're defined by your character, your resilience, and your willingness to keep moving forward. There is where identity reconstruction begins. It starts with asking new questions. What matters most to me now? What strength have I developed through this experience? What values do I want to build my next chapter around? What kind of person do I want to become? This question turns uncertainty into possibility. Every significant transition contains both loss and opportunity. While you may not have chosen the disruption, you can choose what you do with it. You can allow it to diminish your sense of purpose, or you can let it deepen your understanding of who you are and what truly matters. Many people discover their greatest growth after life takes an unexpected turn. A career change reveals untapped talents. A divorce leads to greater self-awareness. A relocation opens new relationship and perspective. A loss clarifies priorities and awakens gratitude. The very experiences that challenge us most often uncover strength we did not know we possessed. This does not mean the journey is easy. Reinvention requires courage. It asks you to release what no longer serves you and step into a future that is not yet fully defined. It requires patience when progress feels slow and faith when the path ahead is unclear. But uncertainty is not proof that you're failing. It is evidence that you are creating something new. Turning uncertainty into opportunity begins with your mindset. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Consider asking, what can this experience teach me? Instead of focusing only on what was lost, look for what can now be rebuilt. Every challenge contains a lesson, and every ending creates space for the beginning. Building a new vision starts with imagination. Picture the life you want to create. Consider the relationship you want to nurture, the work you want to pursue, and the impact you want to make. Allow yourself to dream again, even if your dreams look different than they once did. Then take one step forward. You do not need to have the entire path mapped out. Reinvention happens through small, consistent actions. Learning a new skill, reaching out to supportive people, establishing healthy routines, setting meaningful goals. Each step builds momentum and restores confidence. As you move forward in life, be patient with yourself. Healing and growth do not follow a straight line. Some days will feel hopeful, and others, most potentially, will feel heavy. Both are part of the process. Progress is not the absence of struggle. It is a decision to continue despite it. Remember that your past has prepared you for that moment. The challenges you have already overcome are evidence of your resilience. The wisdom you have gained is a foundation for the future you are now creating. Nothing you have experienced is wasted if you allow it to shape you into a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate person. Your next chapter does not need to look like the previous one to be meaningful. It may be different in ways you never expected it. It may call forth qualities you have never fully expressed. It may lead you towards opportunities that were invisible before. What matters is not recreating what was, it is building what is possible now. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to redefine success. You are allowed to outgrow old version of yourself. And you are allowed to begin again. There is an extraordinary strength in choosing hope after disappointment and vision after uncertainty. Reinvention is an act of courage. It is a declaration that your circumstance may have changed, but your purpose remains alive. So if you find yourself standing at the threshold of a new chapter, trust that this moment holds more possibility than you can currently see. Honor what you have lost, but do not underestimate what you can still become. Your story is still unfolding. Your potential is still expanding. Your future is still yours to create. And your next chapter can be stronger than your last. So dream again, build again, believe again. Step forward with resilience, wisdom, and purpose. Because sometimes the most powerful version of you is the one that emerges after life changes everything. I'd like to thank you all for joining me today onto the Truth and Freedom podcast, and I look forward to continuing this journey of awareness, courage, and freedom with you in our next episode. Until then, my loyal friends, stay curious, stay awake, and stay free.